welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Caffeinated Lucy's World. Today I will be sharing with you guys some advice that family and friends have given me for when I turned 30. All of these people are over 30, of course, so they have a little more experience in life. And I just thought I would share it with you guys as I read it because you can learn from everybody, right? So if you guys are interested in knowing all of this advice, if you guys are in need of some advice, keep watching because you never know, you can take something from this video that can help you out through life. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your notification post if you have not done that so you don't miss any of my videos. Let's get started with some advice. So my first one is for my cousin Jeanette. She said, don't get into debt and invest in real estate. She's a very smart woman. She is an entrepreneur and she does have a successful career. She's a successful mom, wife, church member. She's pretty much everything a woman wants to be, I guess. She also said, work on a business you can have at home to be with the kids. I love that because as a mom, who doesn't want to make money at home and not miss out on being a mom? Not have to miss dropping off your children, picking them up, and you're not worried about your finances. I feel like that's every mom's dream. Thank you, Jeanette, for that advice, and I will save that for the rest of my life and try to live up to that. Her husband, Toño, my cousin, he said that he wished he knew money management. He said this quote that I love and I'm gonna really try to live up to this. He said, it's so important to know that the people that live well don't live well because they have more money. They live well because they waste less money. We have in our minds, well, at least me, the way I grew up, that you kind of have to have a lot of money or be rich to own a home in San Diego. But I've met several people that own homes and they're honestly not rich. They just save their money. Their money management skills are on point. Shout out to Toño because he's also a very smart man. Good friend and neighbor, Kathy, said, it's never too late and it's never too early. Go after it. I love this because this is exactly how I felt when I started my YouTube journey. I was actually 27 and I felt like I was so old. Because there was so many young people. I was kind of like, oh my gosh, should I start, should I not? Like, it took me a while to actually get it together and say, girl, you want to start it? Go for it, do it. Like, who's gonna stop? And then I started getting into the YouTube community and realized there's so many people my age and there's so many older people on here too, which is so cool. Like, I love that anybody can be on YouTube. That is advice that you want to just take on for the rest of your life when you are scared to start something. If you're maybe past 40 and want to go back to school, like, remember this, it is never too late. You just go for it. If you have the opportunity, go for it. So thank you, Kathy, for that. Cousin-in-law, Anaí, said, cherish every day you have with your loved ones. Every day is an opportunity to make beautiful memories. That is so wonderful, and that just, seriously, like, that just took me to, like, how so many times I'm with my parents and I'm on my phone. And I do have to understand that my parents aren't here forever, even though it breaks my heart to even say that. And sometimes we just have to learn how to put our phones down when we're with our family, because you can be on your phone when you're at home by yourself in bed. But the little time that I get with family, I will remember this, that even if I'm just going to my mom's house for an hour just to hang out, I can actually make a beautiful memory out of that. Thank you, Anaí, so much for this. And her husband, Anthony, said, take what you want out of life because no one is going to give it to you. Wow, if that ain't the truth. That is just 100% on point. We gotta work for what we want. No one is gonna hand us anything, like nothing. Like, adulthood, that's just how it is. I want to get a degree, I better go for it. Nobody's gonna give it to me. Nobody's gonna do my homework. Nobody's gonna study for my finals. I gotta do that on my own. And that's just how we should live our whole life. Like knowing that if you want something, you go for it. I can't expect my husband to do it for me, my kids to make my dreams come true. Like none of that, please. Thank you so much, Anthony. I will always remember that. This is from my friend Sina E, Pink Chicana Poet. She's actually an author, so if you guys want to go follow her, I would tag her right here. She's very active, she's very friendly. She just wants to make a positive change in the world. I'm here for all that. So she said, I think just loving my body more through the process of constant change. Amen to that. As a mother and as a woman, our body, literally one day I wake up skinny, body goals, flat tummy, and the next day I wake up fluffy and more meat. Like if you want to lose some pounds, do it, go for it. But I'm just saying, and I think what she's trying to say is love your body through the process. Like don't expect you're gonna wake up tomorrow and you're gonna look perfect and then that's when you're gonna love your body. Like no, love it now, love it through the process. And learning that I'm a work in progress and will never be perfect, and that is okay. Thank you. That is just so perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not perfect. Even when we turn 30, our life isn't gonna be all together. And you know what? That's fine. That's totally fine. So that is something I still have to learn every single day. I tell myself, girl, it is okay. It is really okay. You are completely fine. I am a work in progress. That is such good advice, Inai. She also said, lift up more people, which she already does. Make stronger relationships. This part, man, I learned this last year through COVID because I lost a very good friend. I lost a friendship that I had for 10 years, somebody that was practically family to me. And I had very hard times through that. And thank you for like giving me this advice, because this is something that I'm gonna take through to my 30s and that I just wanna live by. She said, they won't all be your friends and that's okay. You won't be friends forever and that's okay. Keep your circle small, that's okay too. That is great advice. The older you get, the less friends you have and it feels way better. Honestly, sometimes it's so hard for us to let go of certain people, but what if those people were toxic? What if you weren't even 100% comfortable with those people? Trust me, it's gonna hurt, but you're gonna learn how to let go of it and you're gonna live. That's like the funniest part. Like you're gonna live and everything's gonna be fine. Thank you so much, Sinai. Shout out to Pink Chicana Poet. Follow her on Instagram. Thank you, girls. My good friend Lena, she's an entrepreneur as well. So she said, when you're younger, you might have thought 30 is old. Preach. I thought 30 was literally like you're dying old. Maybe you thought you would own a house. Who didn't think that? Have kids and be in your career. 30 is just a number. The only number we should be focused on is one day at a time. That's my friend. She's so smart. Seriously, I love when she talks like this. I love learning from her. And this is 100% true, you guys. So the only number we should care about is just one day at a time. Don't be so focused on what you haven't done in your 30s. Like, okay, I don't own a home. I don't have all this. Everything maybe I thought I was gonna have when I was a little girl. But it's all good. I'm here and I still feel successful in my own way. And we should just live one day at a time, because reality is we really are not promised tomorrow. That's just facts. So thank you so much, Lena. I really appreciate you taking the time to write this. So my cousin Alma, shout out to my cousin Alma. First of all, she was shocked that I'm turning 30. Cause she, like she took care of me when I was a little girl, and I get it. That's how I feel with my nieces. They're like turning 15 almost, and I'm like, wait, I remember when you were born, like that's just how it feels. Oh, she's so funny. She said, I would tell myself not to worry about tomorrow till you're 41. And then she said, don't be anxious. Just enjoy every day like if it was your last. If we live by this advice, we would literally be living our best life every day, because we wouldn't be anxious of tomorrow. We would just enjoy right now, live our best moment, put our phones down, and have a good time with their family, have a good time in life overall. And Alma, she's so smart. She's been through a lot and she's such a strong woman. Like, I truly look up to her. I'm so happy she gave me this advice. Thank you to my cousin Alma. A high school friend, Jacid. Life is so long and I don't need to accomplish everything in a few years. Thank you. Like, I wish somebody would have told me that when I was like 15. I mean, they probably did, but you know, when you're 15, you don't, it goes in one ear, goes out the other. Like, you don't really listen. Honestly, yes. Like, we do not need to have it all together in like 4 years. Like, this is what we think, that we're gonna graduate high school and we have 4 years to graduate college and have a good paying job in the 5th year, and then in the 6th year maybe buy a home, find somebody, get married, have kids. Like, literally in a crunch of like 6 years after high school, we think we have to do everything. But she's so right. We literally don't have to accomplish everything. She also said, and you can have multiple careers, which I also agree. You can change your mind about stuff, people. It is totally fine. Thank you, Joseph. Family friend, I guess I could say she's my cousin actually, Maricela. She said this: an advice I would give a 30-year-old is to enjoy life. And if somebody did something that hurt you, forgive that person, because at the end of the day, it's gonna affect you. And then you're gonna become a better person. First of all, we need to enjoy life. That's period. Yes, if somebody did something to you, please forgive them, and not for them, but for yourself, because then you do become bitter. And I don't want to enter my 30s being bitter. Like, honestly, if you ever did something to me behind my back, if you're ever doing something to me right now, honestly, with my heart, have forgiven you, because I refuse to waste my energy and my life being bitter over you and whatever you did to hurt me. Like, no, bro, I'm over it. I love that advice. That's advice that we should follow every day, because our hearts are so precious, you guys. Life is so precious. Like, we do not want to be bitter. That's like, don't be part of the Amargadas Club, please. Thank you, Maricela, for this advice. A friend from church, Sarah, she said, the years go by so fast, so enjoy your 30s. She thinks that in your 30s, you enjoy life more. I've also heard of that, and I do definitely agree. I feel like when you're 30, like if in your 20s, you feel like you legit didn't care what people thought, in your 30s, I have heard that you legit, like 100% do not care what people think. And if you do, then maybe that's just the way you are. That's how you grew up. That's your personality. But I'm really trying to live by this, because I don't want to care about what people think of me, which I think I don't. And I just want to enjoy my 30s. So thank you, Sarah. Sarai, which is my sister's best friend, she said, something I wish I knew sooner is that 30 doesn't mean your life is going down. It doesn't mean you're getting old. Doesn't mean you're running out of time. Thank you, thank you. She said, in your 30s, you blossom. You get to discover the real you. Slow down and soak it up. Life has just started. Sarah, this advice is just amazing, and she's an amazing mother, and she's been an amazing friend of my sister for over like 15 plus years, let's just say that. I love that she said in your 30s you blossom. She said slow down and soak it up. Like, that's just something I want to do every day. I just want to slow down, soak up how beautiful life has been to me, how beautiful God has been to me, and how much He blesses me every day. And that's like the first step of enjoying life, like just soaking it up and slowing down. This is really advice to live by. So thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate that. Shout out to my cousin Cindy. Enjoy every moment, which I feel like she does do that. I feel like she's such a good family member. She's so present when she's around. So I feel like I can see her being that example of enjoying every moment. Also do stuff for my own pleasure rather than for what people have to say. And my cousin, I think she's like 42 right now, so she grew up in the ¿Qué va a decir la gente era? And that was like the worst era, you know? We broke that. I feel like 90s babies broke that. Disrespect, but we don't live by ¿qué va a decir mi tía? ¿Y qué va a decir esto? Like, boy, what are you doing for me? Like, you literally don't even check up on me. You don't pay my bills. Like, why would I care what you think? No disrespect, but damn, like, you can't live like that. And that's how like I feel the older generations grew up. So for her to say this, like, I see where she's coming from. And that is such good advice, because you don't want to live your life just thinking about what other people are thinking about you. Like, you want to enjoy your life doing what you love, right? Thank you, Cindy, so much. Shout out to my cousin Chuyito. He's an entrepreneur as well. I know I only talk to successful people. First, he said, I wish I knew when I was 15 that I'd make it to 30. And I was like, same here. Because you feel like you're not, right? Okay, he said, I'd worry less and live more. My main takeaway from being 30 is to pursue something that you truly love. If there's one thing I've learned, is that no extra time is guaranteed. Amen. So do what you want to do while you can. I know money is an issue sometimes, so do both. Make money doing something you like, and if the thing you like doesn't feed you, then do something to feed you. But don't stop doing the things you like. In other words, make time for what you love. I can see him living like this because his business is successful right now, and because he makes t-shirts and he's actually an artist. He took his artistic skills to make money right now. So I'm sure as he does this, he's loving the lifestyle he's doing, but he's also making enough money to survive. That is so good, because who doesn't want to make money off of something they love, you know? And if he said never stop doing what you love, I feel like that's when you become an amargada, when people are just hating their life, and every day they wake up with no reason, with no purpose. They're just like over life, and that's just such an awful way to live. Like, I pray to God I never live like that, and I pray for the people that live like that. Like, I'm very sorry. Find something that you love. And I'm gonna really think about that and make sure that every day I'm doing something I love, so I never become an amargada. Thank you, Chuyito, for that advice. Shout out. So the last one is from Nancy. She is my sister's sister-in-law. She's like extended family. She said, you are responsible for every action you take in life and every condition your life is in. Stop living for others and start living for yourself. If my life is in a bad situation, in a bad condition, then it's also my responsibility to take action to change it. Like, hello? Yes, that's really something that if more people would think of this, then their life would get better, because they would stop blaming other people for whatever. Oh, I'm an alcoholic because my dad was an alcoholic. Oh, I'm this. No. Take action. Be responsible for your own condition and change. If you don't like something, change. Only you're going to do that. I love that she said stop living for others and start living for yourself. Please, if you do that, you are wasting your life. Like, I'm so sorry, but you are wasting your life, your precious, beautiful life. Start living for yourself. Thank you, Nancy, so much for sharing that. That was a perfect advice to end this video with. I really hope you guys took something from this. Thank you for everybody that participated. I love you guys so much for staying to watch this whole video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel. Bye, have a good weekend.